This week was full of surprises. Landing page, thank you page, email automation, but also a lot of unplanned, badly planned, or things that were not put in the calendar that ended up resulting into a lot of chaos for me personally because I had to go for dinners that I was not prepared for, a wedding that I had to attend which I had forgotten to write in my calendar, and a lot of paperwork in real life. Long story short, the landing page is ready. Big thanks to Aditi for that. I'll give you more details about that in the later episode. And later in the episode, WhatsApp automation is pending, but that's manageable. This episode is all about balance because if you can't manage your calendar, your energy, your work will end up managing you, and that's not a place that you would want to be in. Hi, if you're meeting here for the first time, I'm Manish Ahuja. I'm a business growth educator and consultant through my brand, MrEmogical. I help businesses grow steadily, systematically, and at scale by aligning marketing and sales for profitable results. But here's the real truth: businesses can't grow in isolation. They need an army of reliable marketing and sales ninjas to lead the charge. That's where my work with students and working professional comes in. I help you future proof your career by teaching you the exact systems I use with my consulting clients. When you master how to build a profitable growth for any business, you don't just find yourself a job. You become indispensable driver of the entire business, and that's where I want to help you understand the importance of marketing, sales, and actual business execution. Emogical Vlog is a raw look on what it actually takes to build a business from scratch. I am personally tired of consuming flashy content that talks about overnight success stories on social media. So I decided to build something different, and I am taking you along with me on this journey. This series takes a real time look at my journey. No hype, no shortcuts, just the absolute work. Expect me to talk about my struggles when I'm learning new skills or when things go wrong and I have to fix them and I end up making a mistakes, or just when things break, because that's the nature of business. Every week I'll pick up a project. I'll tell you about the importance of that project. I'll give you a midweek rain check on that project and also tell you about how I'm executing this project and what leads to the real growth. Saturday episodes are all about giving you a final check on whether that project was completed, finished, or not. If you are into substance and long term progress over quick thrills, you are at the right place. This week was all about getting a landing page ready for a newsletter that I'm going to start. And the landing page is designed by my wife Aditi. We've been best friends for a very long time and we're married for about 8 years now. She's excellent with getting the landing page ready, although she, by profession, is a business owner and she is a video editor. If you want to know more about her, her social media handle is Sudoku of Life. She's active on Instagram. I would request you to check that and follow her. She has got the landing page ready, and Aditi, thank you for that. I had to work on email automation. Once you register on the landing page, you should get a confirmation that yes, you're registered, so that you don't feel lost. And I also had to work on WhatsApp automation, but I ended up working on a lot of random unplanned dinners, a dessert scene with my cousin. I ended up attending a friend's wedding event which I had forgotten to type in my calendar. I also ended up meeting a friend and we went for a drive and ice cream. I also ended up spending 1.5 days with a lot of paperwork and other procedural work which I'm not in the place to talk about right now. So ad hoc things also happened this week. A lot of ad hoc things happened this week. As a result of which, was the project completed? Is the landing page live? Yes, it did work. First things first, a big thank you to Aditi again, who designed the entire page for me. Make sure to follow her on Instagram, Sudoku of Life, to see the kind of work that she does. She's predominantly a video editor, but being the best friend and for 15 years and married for about 8 odd years comes with some perks of getting her to help me with things. I didn't necessarily fail in this week's project because the landing page is now live, but I would say it's a partial success because I still could not finish the WhatsApp automation, but I'll easily manage that a little later and I can live with that for now. Before I tell you more about what have I learned, what didn't work, and why things didn't work, let me tell you about the landing page and the newsletter that I'm talking about. Make sure to register for MrEmogical exclusive. Now, this is going to be a newsletter which I'm going to send out thrice a week once I start activating it in a couple of weeks. And in these newsletters, you can expect to get a lot of behind the scenes information. You will get a lot of stories based on how I have reached where I have reached today, the kind of mistakes that I have made. It's going to be a really personal sort of a conversation with me and my community. You can register for the newsletter by scanning the QR code that you see on your screen right now, or you can also find the link to join the newsletter in the show notes or the description of this episode. Moving back to the episode and telling you more about what I learned from this process, but make sure to become a part of MrEmogical exclusive. This is a project that I have been waiting to go active on for a very long time, and I'm very happy that it is going active today. So yeah, that's the news for now. What moved the needle for me this week was not giving up, not being okay with pushing the work till next week, which I could have easily done. What didn't work is, as I told you, the WhatsApp automation still needs to be worked upon, but that's not a deal breaker for me, so no complaints. But the clear takeaway for me that I would like to share with you, especially if you are somebody who wants to get into the world of business eventually, and if you're absolutely new, you'll be starting from scratch, write this in your journal and make it a part of your life. Balance is the key. If you're not being able to manage your life, learn to live a life where you are on the top of your email, your to-do list, and your calendar. That's the only way you'll actually get meaningful work done. And otherwise, it's just going to, either you're going to take control of your work or your work will end up controlling you, and that's a horrible place to be in. So find a way to get disciplined, find a way to make sure that you're always on the top of your email, to-do list, and calendar, so that you are controlling your work and your life. One belief that has got reinforced for me this week is that it's okay to make time for interpersonal plans that are not planned in the calendar. It's okay, things will happen. You have to make time for everything that is important. It's all about understanding your priorities. Let me give you a hint on the next week's project. I'm telling you, this is going to be one of the biggest projects that I have undertaken for myself. I personally am a little nervous about if I'll even be able to complete this project. If you want to know what this project is, I would request you to make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and come back next week, because that's when I'm going to reveal to you how much content do I plan to sort of create on a regular basis and how will that work out. And I'm going to lay the foundation of that in the next week's episode. So let me know and make sure that you're following me. Also, give me your thoughts. Tell me how was your week? What did you achieve? What have you been up to? What's happening in your life? And if you have any thoughts or suggestions for me on how I can improve and make things better for my business or my content, or even in these episodes, what can I do to serve you better? What other information would you like me to share with you? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below, because I make it a point to give replies to all meaningful comments that I see. So that's about it. Thank you so much for your time. I will now have to log out. So I'll see you again in the next episode. Until then, take good care of yourself. Keep going, keep growing.